My name is Barbara Ann Briggs, and I am a certified teacher of Transcendental Meditation and also the author of 2 books, Pilgrimage on the Path of Love, a novel of visionary fiction which has been hailed as the perfect amalgamation of spiritual awakening and self-discovery. I'm also the author of The Contribution of Maharshi's Vedic Science to Complete Fulfillment in Life. I'm a poet and a freelance journalist with numerous articles published in many different parts of the world. In this podcast, The Essence of Life, we will begin to understand the meaning of what is actually the essence of life. If you enjoy this podcast, please consider making a monthly donation. You can click the Support the Show link after the show notes and make a donation on Patreon. This would be very deeply appreciated and enable me to continue with making more and more podcasts. Thank you very much. The subject of today's podcast is how our emotions affect our health. Every emotion that we have produces biochemical reactions in the physiology that have a direct impact on our physical state of health. The mind and body are not separated from each other. The mind-body is a continuum. They are inseparable, and every emotion has a physiological correlate. Every emotion is mirrored in the physiology. Of course, we are aware that we can have a wide spectrum of emotions, such as love, happiness, gratitude, contentment, satisfaction, sadness, fear, worry, anxiety, anger. Different emotions affect different organs in the body. For example, happiness is related to the heart. Sadness affects the heart and the lungs. Anxiety also has an effect on the heart and the lungs. Anxiety can produce palpitations. Fear affects the heart, the liver, and the gallbladder. Anger affects the liver. Being happy is of utmost importance because happiness enhances immunity and also increases longevity. Being happy promotes a healthy lifestyle, a better diet, and even gives rise to better sleep patterns. Happiness actually reduces cortisol, which is associated with high levels of stress. Negative emotions increase the production of cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone which can damage our immune system, making the body more susceptible to infections, illness, and inflammations. Happiness actually reduces the risk of heart disease, it lowers the risk of strokes, and it even lessens the pain in certain conditions such as arthritis. Our emotions can affect the blood flow, the heart rate, the brain activity, and even memory. Studies have shown that prolonged anxiety can even impair cognitive functioning. Smiling and laughter is one of the best remedies one can use to promote good health. The entire body works better when we smile and laugh. Smiling has been shown to stimulate the release of neurotransmitters that reduce stress levels. Smiling triggers a chemical reaction in the brain, which releases endorphins, which act as natural painkillers. Smiling produces muscle relaxation, reduction in heart rate, decrease in blood pressure, reduction even in physical pain. When we smile, the dopamine hormone begins to activate the immune system, and there's an increase in the production of antibodies. Smiling is one of the best remedies to reduce and negate disease and disharmony in the physiology. I'd like to read you some quotations about happiness. This is a quotation from Aristotle, the great Greek philosopher, and this was uttered by him more than 2,000 years ago. And I quote, "Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence." End quote. And now I'd like to read you a quotation by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And I quote, "When the heart is full with love, no chance will there be for any emotional disturbance." End quote. It's another quotation from Maharishi, and I quote, "For what is there on the surface of life that can increase happiness? The attention has to go to the finer fields of life, the subtler levels of creation, the deeper levels of consciousness. Bringing attention to the deeper levels of consciousness is the key to experiencing greater happiness." This is another quotation from Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, and I quote, "Enjoy your life and be happy. Being happy is of the utmost importance. Success in anything is through happiness. More support of nature comes from being happy. Under all circumstances, be happy, even if you have to force it a bit to change some long-standing habits. Just think of any negativity that comes at you as a raindrop falling into the ocean of your bliss. You may not always have an ocean of bliss, but think that way anyway, and it will help it come. Doubting is not blissful and does not create happiness. Be happy, healthy, and let all that love flow through your heart." End quote. This is a quotation by Paramahansa Yogananda, and he says, and I quote, "Conserve the vital energy, follow a balanced diet, and always smile and be happy. He who finds joy within himself discovers that his body is charged with electric current, life energy, not from food, but from God. If you feel that you can't smile, stand before a mirror and with your fingers pull your mouth into a smile. It is that important." End quote. Sometimes we are faced with challenging situations in life, and we don't know how to handle those situations. But this is an advice from Maharishi, and I think it's very useful in every situation. And I quote, "Let the impurities of the atmosphere find a refuge in the ocean of purity in your heart, in the unfathomable joy of your inner, pure conscience. When you forgive, all nature enjoys your brilliance and returns joy to you. Forgiveness, tolerance, purity of heart, sincerity, love, kindness are the basis from which to enjoy and make full use of the surroundings." And then Maharishi also has another quotation, and this quotation addresses the situation in which we might find some disturbing influence in our life. And for instance, something might happen, we may not understand why it's happening in that way. And this quotation is very good to remember in those situations. And I quote, "The disturbing influence could be a blessing of Mother Nature to develop the habit to make best use out of every situation. Every situation is God sent. With this supreme wisdom of life, any situation can be used to our advantage and regarded as a blessing of Mother Nature. End quote. This subject of smiling and laughter, I even remember many years ago I read in the newspaper about a man who actually cured himself of an incurable disease just by spending the whole day looking at Charlie Chaplin movies, which made him laugh. He laughed so much that the disease was chased out of his body. So laughter and smiles are very important. And there's a beautiful quotation by Maharishi, and I quote, "There is no difficulty that enough love will not conquer, no disease that enough love will not heal." So love is the greatest healer. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. And smiles and laughter are also very healing and create a very harmonizing influence in the whole physiology. And any disharmony just disappears in the face of a great influx of harmony, happiness, love, and joy. So this is the path to heal the body through our emotions, through our positive emotions and our positive outlook on life. I invite you to subscribe to this podcast. A new episode will be uploaded every 2 weeks. I'd also like to invite you to my YouTube channel, to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is called Spiritual Wisdom with Barbara Ann Briggs. Furthermore, I would like to invite you to learn more about my work on my website, which is www.barbaraannbriggs.com. Until we meet again, very, very best wishes to you.